Hey, I got an interesting comment from somebody here, and we're going to go over this 12/21/2021. And I did glance at Angel White's that John came across there, John 1. And I said, well, I'm going to look for John 7 for John 1:7 for the 17, for the November 17th. And I scrolled and didn't really, you see the Isaiah 41. There's a 7-1 backwards there. And then I was like, well, go back and look at it. And it says John 1 at 7 minutes, 22 seconds. So you do have the John 1:7. You do have the John 17 there. If Angel White is giving us the cryptic 17, it has 744 views, which is all controlled by the AI, in my opinion. So I don't know. Look at Angel White's subscribers, 17,000. Which I'm telling you, this is an AI site that's telling you about the Trump as the Antichrist and the Trump assassination. All right, so anyway, let's get to our friend's comment here. Victor Knight commented, he said 12/21/2021, the Pan Am flight crash. Darko died when a plane crashed. Check. Pan Am 103 bombing, FBI. December 21st, 1988. That's Donnie Darko's year of 1988. And Deca means 10. October was the 10th month, so you could fly all that in there. It was Scotland. Exploded over Lockerbie, Scotland. And of course, Trump is Scottish. December 21st, 1988. That is the winter solstice, or the rebirth of the sun. He said Darko died when a plane crashed. Check. The Pan Am flight crash happened on 12/21/1988. So you have 88, or the 1988 from Donnie Darko. You have the plane crash from Donnie Darko. You have 12/21/2021, which is easily connected to 2001. I like it. So let's run it through the portal. You go back 20 days to December 21st. Well, let's run it up through the portal. January 30th. January is an overlay of the October Donnie Darko month, which I will put that whole video in the description to show you what the transfer portal is all about. Excuse me, we'll be down at and how it works. Transfer portal of timed events, forwards and backwards, teaching tutorial, Janice Tennant, Donnie Darko. It's 31 minutes, 20 seconds. You can't beat it. It's priceless. So, but look at January 30th when you run it back through. That's the Donnie Darko date of October 30th, when they said in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds from what? From October 2nd. And Donnie goes back and gets hit by the jet on January or October 2nd, which is the new moon this January 2nd, 2022. So see, Donnie doesn't die on January 30th, which is the portal date. And you're saying Trump's going to die on the 21st, and he very well may. I will make this blanket statement every single time I do a video. Your guess is as good as mine. We are all just guessing. Let's be very clear about that. We're all going off our own gut, our own hunches. Your guess, your gut, your hunch is as good as mine. Guaranteed. So Anyway, that's it. Very long video I did tonight, in case you didn't get the notification. It is 76 minutes long. And it's a process really of just how I went through. Well, so you reverse that. Apparently we're moving past. And I go over some things in prep. I go over AWTR. I go over solid lion. We seek, we find. Just go over some serious, some various videos, good videos. Somebody spoke about election predestination. I gave the playlist from my old main channel, which is I now consider an archives channel because I don't want to lose everything there in case this channel is ever taken down out of my own stupidity. Because there's very simple ways to never get your video taken down. It's just the way in which you speak. And a lot of people will have their videos taken down on purpose to make people think that they're telling the truth. And I went through Lisa DeMoss's, I really answered her question, pretty thoroughly there. Went through the license tag Antichrist 4269. She talked about how the BMT stands for Barron, Melania, Trump, which I was like, hey, that's as good as my bad mother Trump. But the tag does say BMT 216, so we were wondering, we were curious. The 1111s in the Joker video that came from Angel White. Punched out. He punched out at 1111. And started going through the North Pole, that Hitler, Santa, Satan, Satan, Santa, the abyss and the North Pole. And we proved that out, that Hitler did try to go to Nazi Arctic base captured. Arctic is the opposite of Antarctica. Arctic is the North Pole. So Hitler went to the abyss. That's what the global warming will be about. Then we started running numbers. We started getting into, our fun stuff. And I was just showing new people once again. But one thing I think I forgot to capitalize on was each year after my second wife and I, it tells about the year before. 2002 is after 2001 when the twin Trumps went down. And I showed you the process of my number times her number. And there's the 888 times my number. And there's 88, which is her second marriage number, and 872, which is her second marriage number, both to me. And that's the next progression, because her first marriage to her first husband was 87 or 871, 3 digits, and there's 872, the next progression. So that was interesting. I just now noticed that it had been a while. And then you times it by her number, and you get the 911 right there, straight up. What's in the middle? 126 and 626. Remember the anomaly of my number and her number. It's nonstop a progression of numbers. Right here, 626, 126, 627, 127, 627, 127, 627, 127, 627, 120, all the way through. And then you get to 2022 and you get 2001. And it's just, you just times by her number and you get 1117. So 1117, you get the 2000 and you get Trump going down. And so we did my number and her number times 2002. That's mine and hers combined number there. And you get the 9/11, the year after 9/11, 2002. So it does appear that she and I are 1 year ahead of the game. If that's the case, he's going down in 2021. It's not going to be 2022, which we thought because we had a 2001 in that year. And if you times us by the year this year, it ends in 88888. Again, that's my birthday, 7 times 6 times 1961 times her, October times 28 times 1973, our combined number. Now times it by 2021. Look at all those 8s there. So, you know, and again, if it's foreshadowing the year, this is telling you about the year before, well, that was the election year, and, you know, I don't know. The point is this. Mine and her combined number had a 9/11 the year after 9/11, and mine and her combined with times the year, by the way, mine and her number times the year after 9/11 came to a 9/11. Mine and her combined number times the year 2022 does give us the 2001. And if you just go by her number, let's look at just her number times the year after 9/11. You got the 488, FOR 88. I'll be doggone. You sure do. Just to prove it, October times 28 times 1973 times 2.002. Got the 488. It was for Trump. 9/11 was for Trump. Keep going, times it by me. And you've got straight up 9/11 right there. If that's the case, and the Lord is sticking to that pattern numerically, then he's not going down in 2022. He's going down this year, which means we don't even make it to January, the new moon of Donnie Darko's month, which if I had to pick one date and one date only, it would have been January 2nd, since it's the Donnie Darko overlay. But now you're going to have to go to the solar eclipse, and you're really going to have to look at December 2nd really hard. But right now, I'm knee deep in November 17th. Knee deep in November 17th. And we also went over the archway. We went over the archway in the previous video. Where is that archway stuff? There it is. And we went over how my ex-wife's birthday, that AWTR, I think it was, did a video of how Statue of Liberty was given on October 28th. Bill Gates was born on October 28th. And this tremendous archway was built on October 28th. And so that's my second wife's birthday. And remember when she was born on day 301, which is March 1st. And it runs through March 25th, this archway. It's a 25-day archway whereby which you portal forwards and backwards. You met in the middle on 1109, with it being day 313, and it portals back through March 13th. And then when you start to portal forwards and backwards, it starts to do a sliding scale in both directions. In other words, one day up will be March 12th, up the portal, excuse me, one day up would be day 312 through the portal. And one day back would be March 12th through the portal. So it starts to do a slide. So day 313 was March 13th. Well, if you go up a day on the portal, you get day 312 and March 14th. You go back a day on the portal, you'll get day 314 and March 12th. So it's March 12th, March 13th, March 14th, or day 314, day 313, day 312. So it's an archway. And since it's Bill Gates, he did event 201. And that's what this Trump thing is all about, is the big event 201, which does come to the cellar door date of December 13th, which cellar door also comes to December 18th, the full moon, or the snow full moon. I'm sorry, the cold full moon. And so we went through that in the video, but then we really get into, now I've got 3 girlfriends that totally have been with me from the beginning on this. 2 are in my class, and 1 was 2 years before me. I'm sorry, 2 years after me. And I didn't add that in the last video. It's Angie, Lori, and Vicky. And they're on my Facebook, and I messaged them this anomaly. I messaged this to them. It's Lori, Angie, and Vicky. Well, I was looking hard at today, John 3:16, and so 316th day of the year. Reed and Ronnie Spears, they both died. So you can tell that I'm telling them the story, right? So, and I told y'all the story about how November 17th, there were 2 guys that I graduated with. So that's Angie and Vicky. They're both in my graduation class. And they both died very young, and they were both born on November 17th. And when I was at one of them's funeral, I sat next to the other guy who was born on November 17th. But the guy to my other side, who was 2 years after us in school, just like Lori is 2 years after us. In other words, my 3 girlfriends were friends. 2 of them's married. We're friends. I call them girl/friends. These 3 girls are my year, and then 2 years after me. Well, these 3 guys that died were my year, and 2 years after me. And they were born November 17th, and 9/11. And these 3 girls are the only girls I know that get all this stuff that's going on. They get the biblical part of it. They get the Trump part of it. One of them's a little wishy-washy on Trump, but that's okay. She's like, well, it sure is looking that way. But when he didn't win the election, it threw her off. Okay. But after talking to her, she's kind of back in that zone. But my point is that when I was at one of the November 17th funeral, the other November 17th guy that was going to die very young also was sitting on one side, and the guy born on 9/11 was sitting to my other side. So why did I never forget that? And why did God make that happen? Well, because it could be pointing to the next 9/11 is November 17th. That's why it's doubled. In other words, the Lord is like made it stamped in my head, November 17th. Robert Blank and Skeeter Blank, or Tommy Blank, both born on November 17th. And I never forgot birthdays because I was a massive astrologer. And Ronnie's birthday was 9/11. He was born in 63. Just like my friend Lori was born in 63. The other two girls are born in 61 that are friends of mine. The weird part about me and Lori, we've got the same birthday, July 6th. That's pretty cool. But so just based off that, and then we just to kind of finalize it. You know, so I took you through that whole process. And we talked about how that November 17th, man, that sits right dead in the middle of that calendar of this month. And oh, yeah, I started showing you other math oddities of somebody I knew, the 86, 67, and 68, and how those numbers, what was it? I don't know. It was freaky. I'll have to go back and look at that. 9, that's right. How many days from 9/11 is 11/17? It's 67 days if you add it, and 68 days if you count both end dates. If you count 9/11 as a day and you count November 17th as, in other words, include end date and calculation, 1 day is added, you get 68 days. And I knew a girl whose number, she was born February 22nd, 1972, and her number came to 86, 86768. And it's all about the 86ing of Donald Trump. You know, I did the 86ing of my second marriage to that girl whose marriage number was 88. That birthday is Groundhog Day. Birthday. That divorce date was Groundhog Day. Don't think I won't be looking hard at February 2nd. We will be looking, because February 2nd portals. It's 33. It's 23. February 2nd, y'all, portals to February 2nd, Groundhog Day, portals back through to the cellar door date. So if this does not go down on November 17th, and he does not end up going down in 2021, well, then we are going to have to look at 2022 after all, which she and I, our number did come to. $2001 is in that number, and the year Trump went down, and it's got a 216 in it. Yikes. But I really like the way she and I came to a 9/11 after 9/11. And if that same mathematical formula is in play, then he'll go down in 2021. And we're looking at December 2nd, 2 days before the solar eclipse. He would rise on the 3rd day. You can look at December 3rd, the day before, because in Donnie Darko, he woke up. Yeah, you could really say he would go down on that solar eclipse. I don't know. December 2nd, December 3rd, December 4th. Take your pick. And then you're going to have to go back to what to start looking, you know, if it doesn't go, still it hasn't gone down, we're going to start looking at days approaching the snow full moon or cold full moon, which is December 18th, which is what 201 came to for event 201, pointed to December 18th in gematria, and the word cellar door spelled it out. Now, let me check real quick and make sure cellar door does not come to November 17th. Hang on. Because I've never run November 17th through in gematria before, and I guess that's something that might be interesting to do real quick. Oh, we did go through and show that Wednesday from the Addams family. We went through her birthday. And her birthday, I'm talking about the original Wednesday on the original Addams Family TV show. All three people that played Wednesday in a cartoon and a movie and the original TV show, their birthdays were February 10th, February 12th, February 16th. 2 days apart, then 4 days apart. A range of 6 total days. It's crazy. But the original Wednesday from the TV show was February 16th, which is the snow full moon of Donnie Darko. Which when you portal that date, I think it's 62 days. Is it 62 days? No. Hang on a second. It's 37 days. Yeah, February 16th, which portals back to the solar eclipse. That's Wednesday's birthday in the Addams family. The original Addams family, her birthday portals back through to February 16th, back to the solar eclipse. And it goes from snow full moon to the solar eclipse. Wednesday's real birthday of the original TV show. And Wednesday falls on this year on February 16th is a Wednesday. Just like November 17th is a Wednesday. And we showed how the Trump, you just Google Ivana and Melania Trump Addams family, and it takes you right to when they visited the Pope and dressed like the Addams family. So you don't even have to key in the word Pope visit. You just key in Addams family, Ivanka or Ivana and Melania, and boom. It takes you to them dressed like they're the Addams family visiting the Pope. So they're really telling you Wednesday. And they're dressed in like death clothing, and the Addams family is all about the train wreck. You know how Addams family train wreck. I mean, that's what they're showing you in the TV show. They're showing you that the Addams family stands for the train wreck. That's absurd. The writing on the wall. Remember the writing on the wall from the book of Daniel? I bet you that movie gives you clues if you just watch the movie about the time when something happens. But that TV show is about the train wreck. I guarantee you that movie really, Dead Man's Curve. Look at that. Dead Man's Curve. Where was Wednesday at? Was Wednesday watching this? But you see the writing on the wall. In the book of Daniel, that hand goes up on the wall and starts writing, which is where the expression the writing on the wall came from. There's Wednesday right there. There's a stop sign. It makes me want to watch that movie for some Blues Clues. You know what I mean? So you go to Addams family train wreck scene. I'm a little bummed out that it took me to the movie. Addams family train wreck. I want the old school one, man. I mean, Addams family train wreck scenes. This is apparently 50,000 times I show you the train wreck.
Train. Want to blow the other bridge? No. Watch it, Tish. Watch it. Broil. Been a long time since you and I have had a real romp with the trains. Lately, we haven't had a chance to be together much. And let her rip.
And he's got the 999. Y'all notice that on his arm. So is a bridge also going to collapse during all this time? By the way, the infrastructure bill, check this out. I was watching Bill Maher. So the infrastructure bill, they cut out all these things to save people money, making Medicare cheap. I mean, making prescriptions cheaper, adding all these different things that would help people. And they cut it. But the one thing they kept, and Bill Maher was just applauding it, was to stop global warming, something that's not even real. So they're putting all these billions into stopping global warming, which is, of course, is fake. And then they took away all the things. I mean, come on, man. Politics is rigged as the WWE, as the NFL, as college football. Child, please. That's all this show's about. One train wreck after another.
Me, I'll get Mrs. Adams. Beautiful.
Snoop? Oh, what's he doing sneaking around? Play trains, Gomez. I should.
What'll it be today, Buckley?
Don't you think I ought to save myself till tomorrow?
For the next turn.
Another train wreck scene. I wonder what Pugsley comes to in gematria, right?
Children, say hello to your father.
Hello, Father.
How do you do?
The heck? There's another train wreck scene.
To know that a little market crash doesn't scare me.
Market crash.
Starting today, you get an allowance, so I can cut it off. Come now, Blucher. You've been my broker long enough to know that a little market crash.
When Trump goes down, war, markets crash. High pet goat.
This doesn't scare me. Why, my consolidated fuzz climbed to 60 yesterday. Unfortunately, I'd sold it the day before. Blucher, I just feel like buying a railroad. A little surprise for my wife. Blucher, I know.
It's all about a train wreck. Trump's the train wreck. When he goes down, that's the train wreck. We can't stop watching it, can we? Because it's like watching a train wreck. You can't not watch it. So you got a girl's name Wednesday. It's got to be, come on. It's got to be the day, right? I don't know. Barren Saturday. I don't know. Could be a Friday. But man, November 17th, Wednesday. February 16th, Wednesday. What else? Oh, I was going to gematria November 17th real quick. Hang on, see if anything pops. I'll tell you one thing that came to my mind for Barren Saturday for tomorrow being the 13th, one of their big numbers. And, you know, right after Veterans Day, the calm before the storm, because Trump said it with his military there, the veterans, the military. and that guy was banging his head on the 1111 that we showed you on the previous video, was if you go through a progression, you have September 11th, and then you go back to August 10th, which, golly, I know so many people with that birthday. My second wife's first husband was August 10th. You get July 9. You get June 8th. You get May 7th, April 6th, March 4th, my best friend's birthday, February 3rd, and January 2nd, the Donnie Darko date. Well, that's crazy. That's when I was thinking he was going down, January 2nd. Is that right? January 2nd, February 3rd, March 4th, April 5th, May 6th. No, I messed up a day. Let's do it again. It's 9/11. They're 2 days apart. 9/11, August 10th, July 9, June 8th, May 7th. There it is again, May 7th. April 6th, March 5th. Thank you. March 5th, February 4th, January 3rd. All right, 2 days apart. Now go up. 9/11, 10/12, November 13th, December 14th. Well, last year, December 14th was the X marks the spot and was the big day when that was Biden was declared through the Electoral College, and somebody got a pokey poke. So you back it up a day, falling in the progression of 9/11, and you've got November 13th tomorrow. And did anything ever happen on October 12th? Because that's the only day missing, where, because if he goes down on the 13th, we know about 9/11. Did anything ever happen on October 12th since Trump came in office? Or really since any of the, I don't know, since 2001, I guess, or at any time in our life, you know? Is October 12th a big Illuminati date? So anyway, I didn't really look at anything. At first I keyed in 11/17. I got a few things. I was really just looking for, I don't know what I was looking for. Then you can look at November 17. And there's November 17th. So there's really a lot to look at. And if I get bored, oh, there's 201 right there. Ooh, and an 86. Ooh. November 17th. Floyd Mayweather. Now he popped up on simple gematria. New moon in Virgo. I don't think so. The calm before the storm, huh? No, that would actually be the storm. Trump checkmate, gematria. Whatever. Not giving us much round one. 42 months. Ooh. That was my stomach. The Statue of Liberty. Not really giving us much, is it? Those numbers sure click though, don't they? A 201 and the 86. It's pretty big. Anyway, that's about it. Love y'all. Didn't want to make a 20,000 hour video. Let's check comments one more time. Just to make sure. All right, so we got one more here. Just a thought on the 4269. All right, very good. Kristen Schultz. 42, the amount of time that AC will rule. And I tried to see if anything happened to him around that time. Supposedly he avoided Vietnam around that time. Maybe the 69 is symbolic of Pisces, also known as the fish. And the fish in the mockery of Jesus. 42 months, AC, false Christ, fishes, souls. Yeah, and this fish jump into the boat and all that kind of stuff. And I pet goat too. Really good. Thank you. Just included this in. All right, love y'all very much. And this has got to be. All right, here's one here. Matt Chiblik said, unfortunately, 2024, bro, unfortunately, but time moving more quickly. And Matt Chiblik also said that was half of 7-year tribulation as well. Okay. Hey, when it comes to time frames and us figuring out time and when something's going to happen, or again, your guess is as good as mine. I wouldn't sit here and debate any of y'all on any of this. John 1:7. John 1:744 views. Let's see if that's changed now since we made it a big deal. Nope. John 1, my immortal. Of course, their immortal, of course, is Donald Trump. John 1, number 1, the beast out of the sea, the Antichrist. They're just playing with your head, man. This AI Angel White. Look at that, 17,000. Again with the 17s, you know. Anyway, love y'all.